Alright, so right now let's go for column 4 over 20. So right now we pretty much have like the same thing, which is a u plus 3 squared minus 3 4 equals 0. So the first thing that we're going to do is isolating our terms. And the second thing that we're going to do is get the square root of each side and then solve our problem. So first of all, let's start by isolating our terms. So we're going to do um, u plus 3 squared is equal to 44. Right, it's equal to 44 just because the negative 44 was on one side and it's going to the other side, so we need to change the sign. And that's pretty much all about it. So right now we're going to get the square root of each side. So we're going to get the square root of the first side, which is the square root of u plus 3 squared and the square root of 44. So if you did watch the video 1, 2, and 3, you already know that the square root of u plus 3 squared is equal to u plus 3 because there is an index 2, and that will cancel out with the exponent, and that's why we end up with the u plus 3. And the square root of 44 will be equal to negative 4 by 11. What is the reason why it's equal to negative 4 by 11? So when we're simplifying square root on numbers that doesn't have like a perfect square, that are not perfect square, that will not give you like a whole number or an integer. So we're going to use a perfect square and then a random number so that we can simplify the radicals as much as possible for the final answer. So that's why we end up with square root of 4, which is a perfect square, and square root of 11, which is not a perfect square. So we're going to get that. U plus 3 is equal to 2 plus minus 2, because that's the square root of 4 by 11 to 11 this way. So right now we're gonna get the our u, and to get the u, we're gonna do u equal to the positive 3 is going from one side to the other side to the other side. So we absolutely need to change the sign, which was a positive at the first. So right now it's gonna switch to a negative. So it's gonna be negative 3 plus or minus 2 square root of 11. That's a way that you can write your final answers that other teachers might ask you for orientation. So the orientation that you can use is pretty much like this one that I'm showing you right now, where you have brackets and negative 3. So start by the negative first, negative 2 square root of 11, and then you have the positive, but positive 2 square root of 11. So there you have it. So you have two different numbers. If you didn't know that, if you didn't notice, if you do put plus or minus, so just know that it's two different numbers each time. For example, if you do plug those numbers that you find back to the equation that we had before, so it will give you two different answers. So just make sure that you write them as two different numbers, two distinct numbers, because they are two distinct. So that's why we adding plus or minus just a shortcut way to actually write that whole thing. So it's pretty much like this is equal to this. So that's just a shortcut way to actually write it. So I hope that you guys like it and slowly start to picking up everything that I'm doing. And let's go for number 5.